What happens when politics, celebrity, and crypto all collide? You get Trump, a meme coin that's turning heads, making headlines, and minting millionaires. Launched in early 2025, just as the US election cycle kicked into high gear, Trump, the meme token, it is no ordinary joke token. It's tied to the most polarizing figure in modern day politics, and it's utilizing that attention like rocket fuel, with massive price swings, exclusive dinners, and a rapidly growing community that we can't ignore. Trump is quickly becoming one of the most talked about tokens of the year. Welcome to JRNY TV, where we make the complex world of digital finance not so complex for everyone, regardless of your experience. Today, we are diving deep into the explosive rise of the Trump meme coin and whether or not it has the momentum to 10x from where it is right now. From wild rallies driven from the political hype to whispers of future utility on the World Liberty platform, this is a meme coin that is definitely playing the game quite differently. But with big token unlocks, unpredictable price action, and a whole lot of speculation, there's a lot to unpack. So far, Trump has had a wild ride. It launched with tons of hype, crashed like most meme coins do, and then suddenly it came roaring back to life after an announcement offering the top 220 holders an exclusive dinner with Donald Trump himself. That single event alone, it triggered a 60% price jump in a matter of hours and over $150 million in buy pressure as investors scrambled for a seat at the table. If nothing else, this definitely proved one thing. When Trump's name enters the headlines, his meme coin, it moves hard. But it's not just about the hype anymore. There's growing speculation that the coin, it could in fact be tied to the broader pro-Trump initiatives, like the World Liberty platform, which could bring real utility beyond just memes and marketing. Still, this is definitely a high-risk play. In the next section, we're going to talk about one of the biggest concerns surrounding this project, token unlocks, and why, despite millions of dollars being released, the market hasn't dumped yet. Token unlocks, millions released, but no dump? One of the biggest red flags for any meme coin, pay attention, you ready for it? Or any crypto project for that matter, is token unlocks. When large chunks of supply are released into the market, it usually leads to one thing, a brutal and unforgettable dump. But here's what's shocking about Trump's meme coin. Millions of dollars worth of tokens have been unlocked over the past few weeks, and the price, it's holding strong. For a meme token, that is almost unheard of. So what's going on? Let's break it down. First, following the massive pump from the Trump dinner announcement, over $50 million worth of Trump was unlocked and it became eligible for trading. Normally, that much supply that's flooding the market, it would lead to panic selling, especially from insiders or early whales. But instead, the holders, they stayed put. Whether it's because they're holding for the dinner or maybe they're waiting for more news. Maybe they're genuinely believing in the token and it has more upside. Either way, it is clear that there's confidence behind the scenes. This kind of behavior is kind of a double-edged sword. You see, on one hand, it's a bullish signal. It shows strong hands, long-term belief, or at least strategic patience. On the other hand, it builds up pressure. If sentiment shifts or liquidity dries up, that supply, it could in fact hit the market all at once. And when it does, it won't move slow. So while the current price action, it looks strong, it is built on a very delicate foundation. Investors, please, you need to be aware of how quickly that can flip. So here's the takeaway. Just because it hasn't dumped yet doesn't mean it won't. But the fact that it's holding up through major unlocks, it suggests that the Trump coin has more momentum than people realize. If more bullish news hits, and it usually does with anything Trump related, this thing could rip again. But keep your finger on the pulse, because if the tide turns, you will definitely want to be out before the exit gets crowded. When Trump makes headlines, Trump meme coin, it goes parabolic. Here's one of the wildest and most consistent patterns in the market right now. Every time Donald Trump makes headlines, the Trump meme coin, it surges. Doesn't matter if it's a campaign rally, a court appearance, or maybe it's just a viral tweet, or X. If Trump's in the news cycle, Trump meme coin, it catches a bid. This is not just a coincidence. It's become a predictable, news-driven price mechanic that traders are starting to take seriously. In a way, the Trump meme coin is less of a meme and more of a sentiment tracker for one of the world's most controversial figures. The proof is in the price action. When the dinner was announced for the top Trump holders, the token, it spiked 60% within hours, not days. During the CNN town hall last month, the Trump token saw a 30% intraday jump. Even minor updates like Trump posting on Truth Social, they can all lead to noticeable volume spikes. It's like clockwork. When Trump makes waves, Trump meme coin, it follows. That kind of correlation is rare in crypto, and it's giving this token a very unique edge in a space crowded with lots of noise. But here's what really matters. This pattern creates an opportunity, and if you're paying attention to Trump's media appearances and political calendar, you can anticipate price moves before the broader market reacts. It's almost like trading earnings reports in stocks, but with a meme coin twist. For traders that are looking to ride the momentum, the Trump meme coin, well, it is turning into into a very reactive, event-driven play. Be sure to remember, this works both ways. If Trump goes quiet, or worse, if negative headlines gain traction, it could in fact kill the momentum just as fast. So if you're going to trade this coin, remember, timing, it's not just a few things, it's kind of everything. In the next section, we're going to explore how the Trump meme coin could evolve beyond headlines and into something with real utility through the upcoming World Liberty platform. World Liberty, the next big move for Trump utility. Up until now, the Trump meme coin has thrived almost purely off of hype, headlines, and political momentum, but that might be about to change. Behind the scenes, the team is reportedly planning to tie the token into a broader digital ecosystem called World Liberty, pro-freedom platform that aims to blend Web3 tools with conservative-aligned content, commerce, and most importantly, community. If the Trump meme coin becomes the native token of this platform, we are suddenly talking about real utility, not just meme-driven speculation. And that shift, it could send the coin into an entirely different tier of relevance. So here's the play. World Liberty is expected to include features like token-gated forums, exclusive content, digital collectibles, and e-commerce capabilities. In other words, it would function like a decentralized social and economic hub for politically aligned users. If Trump meme coin becomes the fuel for transactions, memberships, and exclusive access within that platform, demand for the token could surge beyond just speculative trading. It would become a functional asset inside a purpose-built ecosystem, and that changes everything. For any meme coin to survive beyond its initial hype cycle, it needs to evolve, and the Trump meme coin, it may be preparing to do just that. Most memes, they die when the attention fades, but tokens with real utility, they tend to find long-term success or footing. If World Liberty rolls out successfully and the Trump meme coin is deeply integrated, it could give the token real staying power that very few meme coins ever achieve. You're no longer just buying into a meme. You're in fact gaining access to an entire political and cultural network. That said, execution, it's everything. If World Liberty flops or feels like vaporware, the hype dies with it. But if it delivers, the Trump meme coin, it could transition from just another meme coin into the backbone of a Web3 movement. In the final section, we're gonna bring it all together, and we're gonna hit you with a final warning right now. As fast as Trump coin can go up, remember, it can crash just as hard. High risk, high reward. Trump coin can 10x or tank overnight. Okay, so let's get into the details. And be real, the Trump coin isn't your average crypto play, not built on deep tech or long-standing fundamentals. Remember those fundamentals? It's built on momentum, media, and political energy. And that means when it moves fast. You've seen it jump 60% in a day just off of a dinner announcement. And you've seen it rally on headlines alone. No roadmap, but here's the flip side. The coin, it can crash just as quickly and without warning. So it's the classic meme coin paradox. High reward, but even higher risk if you're not prepared. Newsflash, this is not a token that you just buy and forget. Trump meme coin is a hyper-reactive meme coin. One bad headline, one bad shift in political winds, or a delayed rollout of World Liberty platform, and boom, you've got yourself the perfect recipe for the wrong storm. The price, it could drop 50% and more in hours. And unlike blue chip assets like Ethereum or Bitcoin, there's no deep liquidity or institutional backstop here. Got that? This is a trader's coin, not a long-term investor's safe haven. It's speculative, it's volatile, and you ready for it? It thrives on attention. That said, for those who know how to ride these waves, the Trump meme coin is pure opportunity. And if you can time the news cycle, front run the hype, and manage your risk, well, you can easily catch another 2x, 5x, and maybe another 10x move. Just do not fall into that trap of thinking that it is unstoppable, because it's not. Every single pump, it creates exit liquidity for someone else. And if you're not careful, that someone else, it could be you. Set targets, take profits, and never ever bet more than you can afford to lose. So what's the verdict? Trump meme coin is one of the most exciting, controversial, and unpredictable meme coins in the game right now. With political momentum, planned utility, and a loyal cult following, it could go parabolic any minute. But this rocket, it has no parachute. So buckle up and make sure that you're not left holding the bag. Trump meme coin, will it moon or will it melt? So is Trump going to 10x from here? Truth is, it absolutely could. But it could also nuke just as fast. You got a token that's tied to one of the most powerful and unpredictable media forces on the planet. You got a coin that pumps hard with every Trump-related headline that just saw a 60% spike from a single dinner announcement and still holding strong despite massive unlocks with tokens. On top of that, rumors of utility through World Liberty platform, it could give Trump token the one thing that some meme coins never achieve, actual purpose. But this isn't a coin you hold blindly. It's fast moving, it's news driven, and it is borderline chaotic. If you're going to play this game, you need to be smart. Follow the headlines, you watch the on-chain data, and you know when to take profits, because if you don't take those profits, you'll watch them disappear. Don't get greedy, and don't assume just because it's going up, it'll keep going up. This is a momentum play, not a retirement plan. For traders, the Trump meme coin offers something rare, a meme coin with an actual strategy behind it. If the World Liberty platform drops and utility gets real, this could go way beyond memes and dinner invites. But if that momentum dries up or sentiment turns, the exit doors will be overcrowded. So ask yourself, are you here for the memes or the mission? Or maybe you're here for the money. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to JRNY TV, and turn on those notifications so you never miss a moment in this wild market with us. Let us know in the comments, are you holding the Trump coin, watching from the sidelines, or maybe you're selling from the top? Thanks for tuning in, and do remember, don't just follow the hype, follow the strategy. We will see you in the next one.